Hey, everybody, we're back. In case you missed us, got Brent. Say hello.
Hello.
Josh, the man with the plan.
Rock and roll.
And I'm Andy. We're back for another week of exciting, super cool Night Ranger, hot Night Ranger talk right off the presses. As long as you were, talking from the 80s. I don't know. But I kind of lost my thought there. Did you catch that?
I was watching the meltdown happen.
Yeah. I had in my head that sounded awesome, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say next. I lost.
I was looking for the next YouTube video to watch.
Anyway, we're back, and we're excited to be back again, talking more Night Ranger news and fun stuff. So I guess we'll talk real quick about the previous episode, Josh. I don't know. Do you want to go back and touch up on the Damn Yankees one at all, or do you want to just go right back to the one we just released?
Well, I don't remember if there's anything that was still pressing from that issue. We know that the album does exist. It wasn't lost in any of the Universal fires or anything like that. 4 songs from the album are out there on other CDs, and I think I need to make one clarification, though, that I think I said Kelly Keagy may sing "Sunshine of Your Love." That may be incorrect. And now that you just mention it, I did talk a little bit to Michael Cardelloni.
Whoa!
Just via message.
Hold on, did you hear that loud thump? That was a name drop.
I actually we talked about this whole episode before we started recording. I didn't even think of it. So I asked him so he was talking about joining Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1999. I asked him, so in 1999, how does this impact the recording of that still unreleased third Damn Yankees album? And how much involvement did you have? And he answered me back, during a tour break from Skynyrd, I flew to Sausalito, California, and spent a few days in the studio recording drums for the entire album. So he recorded drums for the entire album. Man. We had a cover of "Sunshine of Your Love," to which Kelly Keagy, drummer of Night Ranger, added some drum fill overdubs. Yes, this collection of songs remains unreleased. So that is one thing new from the episode. We didn't know how much Michael Cardelloni had his involvement was with the album, but he basically played drums on everything. And I'm not sure if Kelly Keagy sang "Sunshine of Your Love" or not. It might have been Jack Blades through little rumblings that I hear. So that's really about the only couple things new to that episode.
All right.
Yeah, and it was really funny because Sunday night I was watching my Roku, and there's a channel that shows live music. I was watching a Alice Cooper show from 2005. Saw Eric Singer back there, so I had to watch it.
Yeah.
And Alice Cooper's introducing the band. He's like, and on guitar, everybody loves him, Damon Johnson. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
It's actually a small little world out there musically.
Well,
Eric Singer got the biggest, applause, but
yeah,
Damon got some love.
Carrie Kelly was with Alice Cooper as well, so
yep.
But not that night he wasn't. It was Damon Johnson. Oh my God, who was the other guitar player?
Wasn't the girl, was it? What's her name? I'm drawing.
No, Chuck. No, this is from 2005. Eric Singer was still in the band. Chuck Garrick has been this bass player forever, but I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not doing an Alice Cooper podcast, so.
All right, so the last episode we did was the big 7 Wishes episode, which again I love this album. I love doing the episode. I hope that the people are watching it and clicking on it and commenting, and we've seen some comments on the page. Anybody got any thoughts or feedback on that one?
Well, it'll be interesting more when, as of this recording, it's only been available for 3 days now.
Correct.
So more and more people are finding it. Emily, man, she writes one hell of a commentary, doesn't she?
Yeah, she gives us a great little rundown.
I loved how I got Jack Blade's pick in
I know.
Yeah.
I told Brent, I was like, "Hey, man, she got some of those facts wrong. I caught the pick."
But yeah,
Man, I want my credit.
yeah, a lot of cool interaction so far on the page with that episode.
Yeah, and I do love. Well, we'll get to it when we get to the fans part. But anyway, Josh, any thoughts on any feedback or thoughts on the Seven Wishes episode?
Well, it's definitely the biggest time period for the band. Most people don't have your story of where you guys saw them on the Dawn Patrol tour and opening for Kiss and all that. They probably got into Night Ranger around Midnight Madness and then saw them probably for the first time on the Seven Wishes tour. So everybody that's still around from that time period who are still fans, that's probably the one tour that a lot of people all saw. Even just as you guys,
Sure.
Were fans earlier, you saw Seven Wishes. No matter where you jumped on to the Night Ranger train at, you probably went and saw them on that Seven Wishes tour. So it's one little thing that everybody has in common with each other.
And Josh, I think you can probably maybe speak to this, and Brent maybe add something. But this is where they did peak, right? This is where they were at their. They peaked on Seven Wishes, then started going back down after this.
If you're
talking about arenas and stuff and where they were playing.
If you're talking about touring, album sales, all that, categories, yes, this is the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Everything past that, album sales and all that, it's on the downslide after that. So this is the peak really for Night Ranger's career. They were never bigger than they were in 1985.
Which I'll go on record as an absolute crime because there was some great music coming after that album.
Oh, when somebody
which we will discuss.
Well, it's not really that the music declined. It's just taste preferences.
Corporate radio was starting to take over, wasn't it, at that time?
Well, they were already taking over
programming and.
Think how quick music, the look and the sound of music changed, just from 85 to 86, and let's say 86 into 87 and 88. You go Guns N' Roses, Whitesnake. Well, you have the glam little period first, but then
GNR really, I think, changed that because it went really sleazy.
Well, even a little bit before that, you had bands like Whitesnake. Stuff was getting just a little bit heavier looking. Then, correct, Guns N' Roses makes it that that made rock and roll dangerous again. And when you have that whole rock and roll is dangerous, and then go look at the Big Life pictures, and you have they're wearing cardigans and guitars and stuff. It's not what's going to be on MTV. The music may have stayed the same, but there's other stuff, especially back in 1987, that goes along with selling albums. I mean, image is very important. That's why Christopher Cross was really huge until you could actually see him on MTV, and then
then he was actually literally really huge.
So there's a lot of bands that or artists that were real big until you actually had MTV, and then whoa, that's what these guys look like.
Yeah.
No, so image does play a big role, and I think that's kind of what hurts Night Ranger as it progressed in the 80s. Image and just the music, the music taste for the general public changed, and
yeah.
So it is what it is. They were still good albums, Big Life and Man in Motion. Just music taste change. Yeah.
All right, so I think it's time for some news. Brent, let me throw it to you.
Hey, this just in. Oops. Hold on here. They look the same. We got Fans in Motion. Night Ranger breaking news. This just in. Night Ranger announced they are playing the Starlight Drive-In in Pennsylvania on August 22nd. I reached out for comment from the band, and Brett Gillis' response was, "We're playing a what?" Josh, Andy, thoughts?
That's a great picture of Brad, that's for sure.
Yeah, I looked it from the page.
We're
playing a what?
The Starlight Drive-In.
Now, what's funny is, Josh, when you posted that and you sent me the thing, we have a Starlight Drive-In here in our local community. It's been here for years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, hell, they're going to come down here. Why would I go up there? And I get all excited and I'm looking it up and nope.
So, Josh, what do you know about that Starlight Drive-In show?
I don't know anything really about the actual drive-in or Butler, PA. I know it's a little bit north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but they're having all kinds of events at this drive-in. I posted one. The Clarks were there a few weeks ago. They are having different shows. The Subtronics are playing there August 13th. Who was the comedian that it's going to... I don't...
Bert Kreischer.
Bert
Okay,
Kreischer.
he's there Saturday. 2 shows on Saturday, I guess, the week prior to the Night Ranger show. And the Struts are going to be there the night before Night Ranger. So Friday night is the Struts. Saturday night is Night Ranger. The following weekend is Aaron Lewis from Stained.
Aaron Neville?
No, damn it. Don't
I
encourage.
will be there.
I'll put it in a drive-in.
So they got a lot of big acts coming. None bigger than Night Ranger.
But it is live, right? They are playing. It's not a simulcast
So
that you know of.
No. So what happens is the stage is at the bottom of the theater. So they have a concert stage. They go on and perform, and then they film it, and it's played. The live concert is actually played on the screen. So the VIP tickets are the first few rows. So obviously you're going to be able to see the band a little bit more because you're closer.
Yeah.
But for the the regular price ticket, you're farther back. You may not be able to see the stage. I don't, I mean, I never
We
really
don't know.
I don't ever look at the grass, part when I go to a drive-in movie theater, but I'm going to assume you're probably not going to be able to see much of it, but you're going to be able to watch it from your parking spot. And what you can do is you're allowed to get out of your car and you're allowed to, take your chairs and sit out in front of your car and watch the show. And when you go to the concession stand, the bathroom, you have to wear your mask. So I plan on going. I'm just working the logistics of it. It's only 3 hours away from me, so I think I'm going to go do it. And it's just something cool different. Hopefully this will be the only time I'll ever have to see a concert like this. But
I would love to go if we've talked about moving, and I'm just going to be completely unavailable. But maybe they'll do one closer to me down in Nashville.
Yeah, I guess it's going to really depend on how well it turns out. It's these are about what it is. It's $150 for one ticket.
Aren't there 2 different price tiers?
Well, yes, there are.
Okay.
There's $150 for one ticket. The one ticket is for the car. 4 people are allowed in the car. So it can be $150 for 4 people if you got, 4 friends. Which,
Got 2.
yeah. Hey, one
Josh
and a
out.
half. No matter.
Andy's lost weight. Don't call him a half.
And the other price ticket is the VIP or whatever, which is like basically $300, and it's within the first couple rows. So you're up front. Again, it's $300 for the vehicle. 4 people can join you, and that's.
But I imagine there's no meet and greet, right?
I would.
I don't know how they
there
do it.
was nothing listed. I would assume no. Now there is going to be. I know they're going to sell merch. I did see that, so they will have a merch stand. The concession stand will be open. They do have certain things for it. You actually can go on. I think either they have an app, and you order what you want from the concessions, and they bring it to you. Or if you don't have that ability, you can fill out an order form and turn it in, and they'll bring the food and everything to you.
Cool.
So,
what I would be worried about most is they're going to sound shitty through that little speaker.
Well,
Yes.
you probably
Look
play it
into
through
your
your
car.
radio now. Have you
Yeah.
been driving? Oh, never. Was I shitting on your joke?
Yeah, you're shitting on my joke. Like, they're going to sound shitty coming out that little speaker Hopefully
Now
they'll
they-
simulcast
they-
it so you can hear it in your car.
they-
Give me notes
are.
on that, Brent, in the production.
I just made it up.
Well, they are going to play. I don't know about the speaker, but they are going to play it through their FM radio. So you got, if you really want to make a bootleg, that would be a live radio recording that you could record and have for your collection.
On top of that, it'll be a hell of a thing to film too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be unique. So I'm moving some stuff around and seeing what I can and can't do. And
what's the date on that again?
August 20th.
August 22nd, the same day we saw our very first concert back in 1982.
Loverboy.
Village People toured that late?
Yeah. It was
that?
Village People and Loverboy.
No, it was Point Blank and Loverboy.
Point Blank and Village People.
Now you're shitting on my joke. All right, Brent, what else you got in the news there?
Okay.
Back to
Night
you,
rain.
Brent.
Ooh. Yeah, I deleted my weather things. I had a 5-day forecast back here and everything earlier, and I just thought, we'll save that for another time. But it is raining like crap here right now, so I want to let you know if the internet has some problems. It's not me. It's storming here finally. Anyway,
yeah, blame it on the
Fans
rain.
of Motion page news. We did something this week, which was pretty big. We hit 1,000. My hand disappears. That's how good this technology is. There it is. 1,000. It's probably not even showing because I'm in that little box and it's aired it off. But we've hit 1,000 members. Josh, we're up to 1,000 what now?
It's unless I go into a certain screen, I can't see the exact amount.
Okay.
I'll check it real quick while you're talking.
Well, anyway, so yeah, we've hit 1,000 people that like the page. I don't believe that everybody's a Night Ranger fan on the page, but because I think some people are there just trying to meet people, but they'll weed themselves out over time.
Well, some people are just fans of Brent Walter, and so they can't. You don't have a fan page yet, so they're just.
This page has opened a whole new world to these people about me.
Yeah. Brad, I just sent you the actual number if you want to read that.
1,021.
Boom.
So,
bada bing.
This is to you all. That was great. And what even made it greater, normally I don't do any of the approvals, but last night I happened to be up. And, a couple weeks ago I sang to our good friend Beth. Well, Beth had some cookies made. And Beth, the best cookie is displayed. Brent, I even told her to eat me today. Eat me, Beth.
That's a nice looking cookie, man. That's pretty cool.
How cool is that? I would have loved to have tasted them, but it was, you can't. It ain't worth flying those around. I can go down to my Buskins and have one made if I want to get it done. But very cool. And Beth, I know my shoulder's blocking out your name, so
there you go.
I'll turn sideways there, and there's Beth. So,
yes. You got anything else?
Well, for those that didn't see the post that he's talking about, Beth had cookies made up of each of our names and all the band members' names, and I think Fans in Motion and the 1,000 and stuff. So it was really cool, really good tribute, and thank you, Beth. It was really neat to see.
Yeah, Josh. I don't know if you want to speak to that real quick, Brian. I don't want to take up your time, but
you're right.
Hey, fuck
Josh,
this time. Talk to me.
You hit 1,000, man. This all started with Josh and I think Brent having a conversation. And this thing has blossomed. Really quickly.
Well, it was like a Wednesday night. I messaged him something, and he's like, "I thought about starting a page," and I was like, "Well, I want to be on it 3 minutes later. I'm an admin immediately."
Well, it actually. Well, I don't think what a lot of people don't realize is I've only in person met Brent once, and Andy.
Yeah.
I've never met you. I'm not complaining about either of those things.
Exactly.
But,
we live close enough.
But I've never met either. I've only met Brent once, and we met because we were trading a KISS item, and he's in Cincinnati. I'm basically Columbus. We'll meet halfway, trade these items. We got to talking.
It's not showing up.
It's not showing up. It's the Paul Stanley strap on.
There you go. The Kisteria box. It's full with vinyl.
That's empty?
No, it's full of vinyl, and Josh is full of shit.
So We made that trade. We started bullshitting. I said something about collecting Night Ranger, and that's how that took off. And he talked about a podcast a year ago, and I don't know. I wasn't too receptive of it. Just I got at the time a 2-year-old, and whatever, just wasn't. And then
and he's a sucker anyway.
And then in April, I don't know what got us talking. I know what it was. He sent me a link to, I don't know, a Night Ranger fan page or something like that. And I just looked at it as like, you know what, I can do better than this. And so I just created the page, like you said, on a Wednesday night. I just, created it and sent him the first thing, and we just took off from there. And so we hit 1,000.
By Thursday, I had artwork already.
Yeah. So we just started putting it together. Then, throughout the upcoming weeks, we discussed, a podcast idea. And, I think we did the podcast was about 45 days after we actually kicked this off on the page. And here we are, middle of July, still not really knowing what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly by my entry, you can tell how polished it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, hey, this is just so people understand how this worked quickly. This thing isn't that old. It rapidly expanded thanks so much to the other people on this page. I mean, Josh and Brent started this thing. They pulled me in, and then we just, by networking, everybody just started pulling people in, and now it's one of the first things I go to every morning is to see what's new, what's people have posted,
And if you jumped into the podcast at a later date, we have a episode 0, which you can find out there, where we kind of talk a little bit more about this, talk about ourselves. So go check out the episode 0 if you haven't yet. But, I think the thing about the page, and I do get some feedback from people, is it's a positive page. I have a 0 tolerance for assholes. You want to be an asshole, go be an asshole to your wife, your kids. I don't care what.
Be an asshole to your wife.
Well, I don't care who you're an asshole. I don't care anything about what that person does. You're just not going to be an asshole on the page.
Yeah, we've only had not even a handful. We had that one dude who told me to get a light that I noticed. I wish you wouldn't have deleted that until I saw that.
Yeah, just, that wasn't, negativity. If you're a negative person, you might just get me on the wrong day. I'll there's no negativity, no politics. I'm as political as anyone there is, but you're not going to see it on the page just because that page isn't designed for that. And I decline a lot of stuff people post. If you post something on there that, Striper is having an unplugged performance on, YouTube that night or something. If, Jack Blades isn't there,
right.
Putting up his, the fingers, or Brad Gillis isn't there, playing guitar or something, then I'm not putting it up if there's not a Night Ranger connection. So I think that's why the page is doing as good as it is, because it's Night Ranger focused. And obviously anything Night Ranger related, and I'm very lenient on that. If it's, this dude, owned a Night Ranger CD and then went and formed a band, I might actually, let that go.
I think that's how I started.
Styx, anything Styx related, I'm probably going to allow, just because everybody's, is a Tommy Shaw Styx fan, so I'll allow that. So I think that's the reason why the page is good and why there's a lot of people. It's just because it's a positive page, and
and now David Johnson comes into the mix, so now he may be permitted on something.
Hey, Josh, take a pause. I got to talk to my wife. Just came in for something. She needs me with one.
I'm going to keep it recording.
You keep going. That's fine.
So I want. Yeah.
She just popped her head in the window. So.
Yeah. Well, just bring her on screen.
Yeah, she won't do that.
Boo.
Too bad I don't have a picture of her. I'd put it up on the screen right now. That would do him. We can keep continuing.
Well,
he's not going to mind.
One thing I will bring up that doesn't really matter if he's on here. You had talked on the last episode. We had talked about Rock Candy Records releasing the remastered "Don't Tread."
Yep.
The Shaw Blades, you had said you thought that the rock candy...
the bonus tracks.
It did not.
Doesn't it?
No. I did not think they did. Most of the time, it does not rock candy does not include a lot of bonus tracks. They do. Like I said, the Damn Yankees album had the Bone Stripper track, and there's some others. But Trouble Walkin' didn't include any bonus stuff. I don't think the Second Sighting, Fraley's Comet did, and neither did Shaw Blades. But it's still worth it if you are a collector. It's worth paying the $15 for the CD. Number one, the CD booklets are always great, and then the remastered, you get a clear sound to it. We were just talking about the Shaw Blades Rock Candy release not having bonus tracks, so nothing else you missed. So
sorry about that.
Are you in trouble?
I think I assumed it did.
No, she was out, and she just come in and had a question about something that's going on at the house, and I couldn't motion it to her correctly. So
it's this.
You should have something near you to throw at her so she knows not to bother you.
Well, normally she does. She just happened. She was out, and I was like, just hang tight. So, anywho, hoodles.
You should have said, hang tight for another hour and a half, baby.
Yeah.
The man of the house is working.
It doesn't work like that, man. She's the breadwinner.
You're the man of the house when she's not there.
Yeah, she's back. All right, so Brent, continue on with your news.
Andy, read the next name, please.
Johnny Tantrum.
Johnny Tantrum. See, for me, I'm looking at it, it's backwards.
So he's like,
Yana J. Run Trump.
Johnny Tantrum posted this great picture from what looks like the Dawn Patrol tour, and I got such a kick out of it. Loved how he was pointing out facts. I'm looking so much forward to this guy posting more stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I love about this page.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in on that. I've been talking with people, fascinated by people you're meeting through this thing. It's great. Yeah,
and that one made me smile. And this one would be a great one to come up with. That's David Nadelman, I believe.
Yes.
Dave Nadelman. Pardon me.
Yeah, WN.
I remember this contest. I remember the contest, but never heard anything beyond it. I don't even know if the show even happened.
So what's the say? Are they playing at your school? What's the?
It was a contest. What were the products, Andy? That
Agree, I think, is the product.
Well, there was two. Agree and something else.
Suave. I have
Edge.
A tour shirt
Agree
from
and
Edge.
Edge.
Because my stuff is packed. When I get unpacked, I'll show my tour shirt from this show.
Yeah, well, I remember they even had a banner hanging above the stage, like high above the stage, up in the lights.
Well, they were wanting your stinky asses to start washing.
Hey, I've always washed.
You're like, what's this Agree stuff? Shampoo? What?
But yeah, he posted this, and I thought it was really cool because you would have thought. I mean, I know there's that one guy out there that has the Night Ranger fan club newsletters. Hopefully, he continued getting those. Somebody got them. Because I never saw this reported on MTV, and I mean that's all I watched every minute I was home was MTV.
If you look right there, all that small print, probably where it says, we're not actually guaranteed to play your school if we don't want to, and they didn't.
Well,
but
you never there was a post. Somebody put a post where they played their grad party, right?
Well, that
was at Disney.
Yeah, grad night.
Is that what that was?
Grad night. And what I figured would happen with like most of these contests, where they probably gave the kids or they gave the school a certain amount of tickets to a show in their area, and they got to come for free. That's probably what developed out of that. I don't know, can't guarantee that, but I thought that was cool. That was something I hadn't seen in years. Hadn't thought about.
Did you guys go to grad night at Kings Island?
Was going to.
No.
Who was playing that night?
There was nobody playing.
So I remember my aunt went 85, I think was the year. It was, I think Autograph was headlining at Kings Island with
Nice.
King Cobra.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Do the Cobra. Do the
Yeah.
Cobra. That
That's all I got for that show.
I'm sorry I mentioned King Cobra.
that's what the lead singer. That's
So
what
am
the
I.
lead singer did at the Kiss concert the whole time.
Oh
you
my
know.
God. Horrible. Any other news, Brent? Back to you. Anything?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it was just what I came up with on the page. It was good, and may all the news be good to you.
All the news that's fit to print.
Jesus Christ.
And,
When news breaks, we fix it.
and when it's fake, I can make it the fakest.
All right. Anything regarding the Fans in Motion page?
Well, that's
Josh.
what I just did.
Yeah, that's what he did.
All right.
So
yeah.
you can add whatever you want.
Well, I'll.
I'm just wrapping up before we jump into.
23 years for Neverland. The U.S. release, the Japanese release was earlier in the year, so we just hit basically 23 years since Neverland was released. Hard to believe.
Great album.
And also, we were talking about the page and everything. Emily, who I don't even think we got to mention her last name anymore. It's just Emily from the page. She did a real good tribute on the page for the 1,000 members as well. So that was very cool. Thank you for doing that. And like I said, Johnny Tantrum for putting those photos up. That's cool. And there's others I'm sure I'm missing, but I try to respond to everybody. So all the cool stuff everybody's posting. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so much cool stuff. And anybody watching these shows, please leave a review on YouTube. Helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if you get a chance, if you watch it on YouTube, subscribe. Stop the video right now. I mean, just stop it, go, subscribe, and Jesus. All right, yeah, subscribe, leave some comments on there, make it look like we are loved.
Yeah.
Nothing like Brent's mom going on there and yelling at him, a week
My
later.
mom's not on the page anymore.
Why?
She didn't want. She got tired of seeing all the shit pop up on her page. She's gone.
That's horrible.
She left.
That's horrible.
She's no longer a fan of motion.
That's bullshit.
So fuck you and your little joke.
When I see her Saturday night, I'm going to have words with her.
Yeah. You'll be socially distancing in the driveway. She won't let anybody get within 10 feet of her. So.
I'll just work my charm, baby.
Andy.
Dang. I had something I wanted to bring up. Oh, well.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, Josh, where are you at with, you said you're working on getting this on other platforms as far as just audio. Are you there yet? Any updates on that?
The site is being built right now. I got all the photos collected from us, and, I've got everything converted to MP3, so it's just being all put in together, and I would say we'll be going here within a week or so.
And that'll be available on probably like the Spotify's and the Apple iTunes and
Yep.
or podcasts.
Yep, just getting everything put together.
'Cause-
If it was easy, everybody would be doing podcasts. It looks easy, but even just
there's
doing
only
this,
about 800,000 podcasts. So
well,
Yeah.
it's easy when you to do one or two people, but to do three, number one, that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But to get it out there in different places, you got to put a little bit of effort into it.
But you'll keep us updated on that, and then, because I've
Yeah.
had a few people ask me regarding, instead of watching it, they would like to just listen to it, and I said, it's going to get there.
Yeah,
And I assume you're going to put all the episodes back, right? All will be available.
I may not be able to put the first two or
You can
three.
put links to them. If anything.
Yep.
And we'll have a T-shirt shop on there. I'm still working on that. So I know Lisa keeps saying, "Well, I want one that has glitter and sparkles on it." Well, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Sparkles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've had about 25. I don't want to say 30. 30 would be exaggerating. I've had about 25 people asking me about shirts.
Why you got to be getting people asking about your logo names too, and you got to
saw
figure
it.
something
I saw
out.
it this
I
week.
think you're missing an opportunity to make some money.
Well, hey, if you want your name in a Night Ranger logo on a T-shirt, it'll be an extra charge on that. Then otherwise you can wait impatiently to see if you get pulled out.
Contest.
Yeah, as a contest. I do it
Okay.
when I have time. When I don't have time,
Yeah.
I'm doing this. So
So is there anything new everyone wants to talk about before we jump into the topic of the day?
got a new microphone.
Yay!
It's like a Mr. Microphone.
Yeah.
Hey, good looking. I'll be back to pick you up later.
It sounds.
I'll be waiting.
Sounds good. You really know how to use that mic.
Yeah. I had it turned around the other way earlier. we were in a little bit of mic trouble.
I got one thing I'll show, and like I said, I know there's a lot of people that are Styx fans. They just released this album, Pieces of 8.
Yeah.
That was my very first Styx album for Christmas. I got that.
They
When I was a little kid.
it's a label that is called, I don't know what
The
that
only
was
one
called.
I've had.
Vinyl is beautiful. I've never bought anything from them, but it comes with the Obi strip, which is the new popular trend to put those Japanese Obi strips on there.
Yep.
And silver grayish vinyl.
Oh, man, that's really cool.
Putting your fingerprints on that thing.
I don't give a shit.
Brent.
I play all my stuff. And
Brent's tweaking.
so
What?
Yeah, I know, Brent. I know how you are.
anyways,
Oh yeah, I'm very anal when it comes to that.
not me. I open everything, and I got like the new Dress to Kill 45th anniversary that basically was all screwed up, and only half the people got theirs. They're selling them for hundreds of bucks. I got mine, cracked it right open, and put my fingers all over it and played it. So
Mine went into a polyseal bag into that big case I just
Yeah.
held up.
and it's going to be there, and you're never going to enjoy it, and then you're going to take
I
a
enjoy it.
you're going to take a dirt nap,
I
and it's
would
going
rather
to end
hear a
up at
CD.
Jim Bob's Antiques down the road when your kids are like, "What the fuck is this?"
I'd rather pop in a CD and listen to a nice clear mix than I can't. Oh, I almost did an Aaron Neville.
Well, sounds like you need to get a better turntable.
I don't even know one.
That's your
So
issue.
there's no point in opening them up.
And why are you
kids.
buying vinyl then? If you
You're
don't,
making
or-
this awkward for the adult in the room.
Andy, I have always collected Kiss vinyl, have I not?
Yeah.
Since we were we were kids, I was buying vinyl up. And I'd show him and he'd be like, I don't really give a shit. It's cool, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I was never much of a collector.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how vinyl has just taken off. Like I remember 2005, I got a apartment in downtown Lancaster, and there was all these little businesses, and there was a little record store, and they went out of business, and they put all their vinyl just out in the street. I saw it going to work, but I was going to the base, and I didn't have time to stop. I'm like, I'll be gone by the time I get back. No one touched it.
Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wanted it, even in 2005. And I don't know, you may know, Andy, in downtown Columbus Ohio State campus, there's a great record store. It's been there for decades called Used Kids Records. Back in
Yes.
the 90s, it was down in this basement, and it was separate. It was two separate entrances. One was the CD side, one was the vinyl side. The CD side was always packed. The vinyl side always empty, and I loved it because number one, I hate people, but number two, I liked vinyl, and I would always buy a different vinyl there. Now, Used Kids Records is basically 95% vinyl. It's just crazy how it's all turned around, but it is what it is. I'm glad. I'm glad. It's just cool seeing stuff being released on vinyl again. It sucks because stuff I used to be able to get for $5 is now $50, but
Oh God, yeah.
but whatever. So.
Yeah. And
So-
it's funny. There's
Yeah,
a little
whatever.
vinyl store here in Loveland, and you'll walk in and it's so. It's just so yuppie-ish now. And you're like, you people are only doing it because your friend did it.
Do you
It's
have
like-
the
it's
latest
like-
Ed Sheeran album in? Do you have
it's the
is
same
Bruno
people
Mars in?
who went from Jimmy Buffett to who's the shitty guy I can't stand that sings like this, and you like the drummer too, Andy. Dave Matthews.
Oh,
And these are Dave Matthews people, and then from Dave Matthews they've graduated onto who?
the Who?
No.
Oh,
They probably started out with Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well, I think the
Like
younger
Hootie.
I think the younger generation just likes it because it's something that they can actually hold. It's not something that's on their phone. So I think the younger generation just likes actually being able to own their music instead. You got to remember, people that are anywhere from 15 to 22 years old, they've always basically bought their music.
Yeah.
Bought?
Brent, our daughters, they don't have any concept of
cassettes or CDs.
My
or
daughters do.
My daughter at 14, I mean, she knows what they are, but she's like, everything, she has Apple Music, and she never owns anything.
Like Madison went out and bought the new Harry Styles album when it first came out. She bought the actual vinyl. And she was pissed because Target sent her the standard black one instead of the red exclusive one from Target. And his album cover is just a him, and his name is literally a sticker that's on top of the shrink. Harry Styles real big. Well, the other day, she peeled his name off of it and put it on her laptop case. And I was like, man, you just... That's not even worth a dime now, if that's ever going to be worth anything in the future.
Well,
I don't care. I'm like,
my stepkids, 21 and 16, have made. She went out and bought one CD her whole life, and
Really?
that was Black Panther soundtrack. And the 16-year-old, why would she want a CD? Nothing takes CD. And she got into vinyl just because that is really the only way you can own your music now, is to have it on vinyl. So I'm cool with people liking it and getting back into it.
I love it.
I like people liking it. I just don't like the people that are there because they think it's a trend and they want to be seen.
Think about this now, Josh. I don't know if you drive a new car or not, or a newer car, but my wife gets a new car every 2 years because it's a company thing. They don't even come with CD players anymore.
Yeah.
And she likes to have a CD because she has a huge CD collection, and she likes to put her music in and listen to it. And speaking of CDs, I meant to bring this up, and I forgot about it during the Damn Yankees episode. The very first CD I ever bought was Damn Yankees' first CD.
Really?
I just, when you guys were talking, I forgot about it. But yeah, I had, this is back in the day when you had to go to, I went to Sears and bought a little bookshelf system. And I had like $300, and the thing was like $280 for this little bookshelf system. Yeah. And I had enough to buy one CD, and I bought Damn Yankees in the big.
It took you that long to get a CD player? I don't remember that.
I bought a new one. Yeah, I didn't have a CD then. I was still holding on to cassettes.
Yeah,
You know what? That's right, because I bought you Man in Motion cassette for your birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
I was younger, so I didn't have income and stuff like that, but I didn't get my own CD player till probably 91, and
me neither.
And
apparently.
I got my first CD when for my 13th birthday, so that would have been 1990, and that was Heart Brigade. That was my first CD. Live in Japan was right after that, Night Ranger Live in Japan, but yeah, I mean, none of my friends. I was still one of the first to get it. One of my other friends had maybe the portable CD that you plugged into something else in his room. He had that a little bit earlier than me, but yeah. So,
all right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
All right, little crook.
And we're back.
Hell, do we?
That little dive down there.
I mean, we're at 45 minutes right now. We could just bullshit for another 15 minutes and call it an episode.
Yeah, you want to do that? We'll do another one after.
We probably could.
We probably could.
We just got to figure out what the hell we want to talk about.
What are we talking about?
Well,
what am I here for?
I don't know. I like your Diamond Rex shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Here's something we can talk about.
8346.
New Night Ranger shirt in the mail.
Look at you.
You got to stand up.
Which one is that?
Yeah. Oh, that does look like a nice shirt. I was going to order that when I ordered my other two.
Nicer than in the picture actually looks. I was surprised. Yeah. So it's on the Night Ranger store webpage. It's just the current band lineup. I think it was $29. So
nothing on the back.
That's not a bad price.
Nothing on the back, but good quality shirt. It's not the thin material; it's the thicker. It's not like the jersey shirts that we got. So it's not that thin material. It's thicker.
Yeah. I decided to go with the Jay and Silent Bob T-shirt today. Snoochie booches.
I figured since we weren't doing an episode on an album, like you said, I'll wear the tour shirts if I can still fit in them.
All of my stuff is packed.
So what are we going to call this episode? Just us bullshitting for 45 minutes and realizing we're just going to call it an episode?
God. I thought we were going to call it a set list.
Well, we could do that. We could stop recording, change shirts, and make another episode.
We got one. We got one now at an hour.
We're at 45 minutes right now. We might as well just talk for another 15 minutes about
all right
nonsense.
Any music suggestions?
Well, I do. I do have one. That may take a couple minutes. It's a little bit older. Came out last year. There's not a lot of music coming out right now, but Burning Rain. I don't know if you guys have listened to them or not. Has a Night Ranger.
Piss.
Well, that is, you back in the 80s.
They got a shot for that.
Yeah, Burning Rain. Anyway, who's in Burning Rain?
Doug Aldrich from Revolution Saints, which is also contains the bass player known as Jack Blades. But also, it's Doug Aldrich on guitar, Keith St. John on vocals, Brad Lang on bass, who was with Y&T for a while, and Andy's crush, Bloss, on drums.
That dude is bad to the bone.
So,
it's good. The space for rent.
I love that.
Yeah, on his drum set. Yeah.
So check out Burning Rain if you're wanting to crank some new music. Decent rock album. I enjoyed it. What else we got? Come on, we got to kill some time here.
Brent, you want to talk anything about
we got a
Blood
new
Dragon?
Diamond Rex album coming out next month. Looking forward to that now that you brought up Diamond Rex. Yeah.
Well, speak of Diamond Rex, I don't know if anybody really knows who they are except for you. I mean, I'm not being facetious. I'm just being honest. I don't know who knows who Diamond Rex is.
Diamond Rex is one of these, it's an acquired taste. They've got one hell of a guitar player named S.S. Priest. S.S., after Diamond Rex had originally disbanded, went on to be the lead guitar player for DeMalls.
Okay.
Anybody know that band name?
I remember the name. I don't remember them.
Yeah, they were a Poison knockoff. And the guy, I can't roll my R's. Yeah, like that. I can't. But the guy did it like every freaking song. I thought, this is getting old. I like the song, but I can't put up with another. Thank you. So in the event,
That's
Diamond Rex
for the ladies.
I got to see him for the first time last year. Loved it.
I know I was supposed to come to that show. I was going to try to come down. I didn't.
It's a cross between Alice Cooper, Spinal Tap.
Yeah, let's say Spinal Tap.
And they're serious at what they're doing, and it's really good. I mean, a lot of people won't.
Do you know who they are? Have you heard of them?
I am not paying attention to you guys. I mean, luckily I've been in enough relationships in my life where I can act like I can. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
That sounds like my exes. Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking about Gore.
No,
I've
not
seen
at all.
War once.
Never seen Gore.
Sounds like
that won't happen again.
Sounds like you're talking about Gore, but not as cool.
War is something. All right. Well, anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going through the page, just seeing what else I can chit chat about. One thing, and the 5 people that are still listening to this probably won't care, but bootlegs. We will allow the posting of bootlegs up unless they're like within like the last 10 years. Anything that really competes with anything else that Night Ranger's selling, I'm not going to put on the page just because we got official members on the page and former members. So if we really haven't had an issue with it, but if you post one of those bootlegs from Japan, from the High Road Tour, or that has been produced within the last couple years, I'm not going to let it go on the page just so, because it does.
Yeah, unless the guy's name's like Eric Spivey, who has like some kind of inside copy that wants to share it.
Yeah. Any unreleased tracks?
And some people think he's really Eric Levy, but no, it's Eric Spivey.
Totally not him.
No, not him. Or, Kelly Carey. If there's a Kelly Carey out there instead of a Carey Kelly, wanting to share something.
Kiki.
And someone had posted a cool, like, fan made. They had made their own album art and made their own CD, and very cool. But again, I'm not going to allow anything that can. And he wasn't being, sly about it or anything. But you do have to be careful. People will come on the page trying to sell bootlegs and make money off the band. I 100% don't think that was his aim. But still, anything that's not if it's fan made like that, I'm just not going to allow on the page. Here's something else I saw on the page that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I was just gonna bring that up. That somebody thinks somebody's giving me crap about that. Poking fun, a little Photoshop.
My buddy Joey took a screen grab of it and just emailed me the other day. He goes, "This is awesome." That's all it said.
Yeah,
but it is, because Fitz is one of those rare photos.
He's the unicorn, and I hadn't forgot about I had that photo. I didn't know where it was because it was at an album packed away. And I remember I'd sent it to Josh privately. He's like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it is kind of now because he's elusive at this point." And I feel pretty cool that I got that opportunity, and it's on a Polaroid, so I could have him sign it.
Yeah, I got to meet Fitz in 96 and 97. 96 was cool because the rest of the band was doing stuff, and it was my first time meeting him. And he actually took the time to bullshit with me, and we talked about a few things, and he was always cool to meet. So I was just listening to some Gamma the other day.
Well, when we get to the Neverland episode, I've got just a fantastic story to tell about the Neverland, which will tie into that photo, but I'll save it for that.
That's what we call tease.
Yeah,
By the way, go ahead.
It's a great story, and I'm glad I have it, and it's a great memory.
Trying to save you from spilling too much. Don't spill the beans. What do you know about the beans?
That was kind of a cool photo that Mike Smith posted with him and his nephew.
His little Kiss fan.
Yeah, and Mark Greenaway.
Yeah.
In England, always posts some cool stuff, and he has, I think, a letter from Jeff Watson's sister. Is that how?
I think that's what he said it was.
Yeah.
He's not a Kiss fan.
I've been chatting with him because he's over in England.
Yeah.
And,
he's one of the guys that likes all the collector stuff that I post, and we talk about it a lot.
Oh, he's the one?
Yep, just him.
Now I was going to tell you, Beth was the other day saying how she had all these T-shirt ideas, and I don't know if you guys saw this. I tried to tag you on it. I said, Beth, nobody needs a Sister Christian or a nun shirt throwing up the horns, calling it Sister Christian. So I came up with this real quick.
I love it.
And people are like, I would buy that. So I'm going to try to figure out how to put this in the store when we finally get the store open.
How awesome would it be to be walking at a concert and see that shirt? If you're Night Ranger, you look out and see that thing.
I can't use the Night Ranger logo. So if anybody wants to do it, they're going to have to get a cricket.
Just alter the logo a little bit.
I could put a Fans of Motion logo on it.
Bam.
But yeah, I found that on the internet. I'm like, oh, this is classic.
Yeah.
You never saw it, though, did you, Andy? I said I'm going to get Andy and Josh to wear these.
Yeah. I think I saw part of that post, but
I didn't like it.
You can't like them all.
Speaking of Fitz, he turned 71 a week ago or so.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I said I was looking for that picture to post on his birthday because I wanted to. Hey, I've met Fitz. I feel lucky to have met Fitz, and it took me a couple of days to find it, but I found it. So that's all I got. Anything else? You want to wrap this one up, and we'll
record another episode?
We'll head into next week.
I'm putting myself actually in my old Kiss room.
Oh, look at that.
I know. I'm going to cry. Because I'm going to be losing this room in at least 2 weeks.
If you want, I can take some of that stuff with me. Like the pinball machine. I'll take care of it for you.
I'm sure you would.
And I just want the Ibanez behind you.
Dude.
You can keep the X Base.
H.A. Popoff, lead singer of Lit. I didn't mention him in the last 2 episodes. Just moved to Nashville this past week. So he and his brother Jeremy are both down in Nashville.
What's their address? Probably in my neighborhood.
I don't know, but I hope we get the invite. That would be great when I come down and see you. Get them to come to Rockin' Pod.
Yeah. I'll go looking for him.
Shut up.
All right, folks. I think that's it for this episode. Josh looks like he's fading out on this one. He's not listening to us anymore.
Hey, it's opening day. I got baseball up on the screen over here, so
Is that actually happening right now? Opening day?
2 games.
I didn't know.
Well, it's 2 games tonight, and then all the other teams open up tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. So. All right. Well, those of you that like baseball, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm not a big baseball guy, so not knocking it. Just never was my cup of tea.
No, and they've decided to get political, and I like to watch sports to escape. I don't need their thoughts and opinions
Sports
pushed
is
in my
always
face.
sports has always been political. Always
I'm
will.
tired of it.
Well, then don't watch.
I'm probably not going to.
So you will.
But-
People always go back.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to have to watch the Bengals just to check out the new quarterback and see how disappointed we're going to be.
So, all right. On that note, log us off there, Brent.
Howdy ho!
I didn't want Andy.
Sorry.
I didn't want Andy to fuck it up. He already fucked up at the
I
beginning.
just got.
Thanks for watching the Fans of Motion
Hey,
podcast.
hey,
We
hey,
will be back in 5 minutes to record another episode. Andy, go change your shirt.
Talk about
Go
that
piss.
old pods of motion, man. Boom.
Bye.